everybody, and welcome to an exciting edition of the Reality of Wrestling. My name is Brad Gilmore, joined as always by the historian Kirby Carrion, and of course, the face of the Reality of Wrestling, Mr. Abel Andrew Jackson. We have an incredible night of action for you. We are beginning things hot, Kirby, with the Texas Championship will be on the line. Jay Alexander, the champion, defends against Cameron Cole.
This is going to be, honestly, one of Jay Alexander's toughest tests to date, as he faces not only a former Reality of Wrestling champion, but also a former television champion and former tag team champion in Cameron Cole. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, historic implications in that match for the Texas Championship. We'll see what happens in that, but our main event of the evening will be featuring Ruthless Ryan Davidson taking on the Mysterious Q for the Reality of Wrestling Championship. Abel Andrew Jackson, what do you expect to see when these two titans clash?
I expect to see a fight. I expect to see something that's better than peanut butter, waffles, maple syrup, and all that mixed up good stuff together.
Well, we're going to get that in our main event, a breakfast of champions, if you will, and also we're going to see Promise Braxton taking on Janai Kai later on tonight. But let's start off with that Texas Championship match. Cameron Cole takes on Jay Alexander.
Introducing first, the challenger from Santa Monica, California, Cameron Cole.
Cam Cole has found his way, better yet, has weaseled his way into another championship opportunity here at the Reality of Wrestling. He is the #1 contender for the Texas title. And Cam Cole, Abel, always seems to find a way into these matches.
Okay, do you say weasel or do you say politic?
Well, you would be the expert on that subject.
I would say the man has to get through Gavin. He politicked his way in.
Well, we find him here in a Texas Championship match.
From Houston, Texas, the purveyor of punishment, Jay Alexander.
As much as we may want to say that Cameron Cole weasel politics his way in here, Abel, you want to stop a train of momentum? Good luck getting through Jay Alexander.
You know, I agree with you about that, but now, this guy, Cameron Cole, you know what he's capable of. I love Jay Alexander. I think he has an amazing future, and I said that before he claimed the Texas title. But he has a tall mountain to climb when it comes to Cameron Cole.
Absolutely, a former Reality of Wrestling champion, former television champion, former tag team champion. There is not a championship that we've had here that Cameron Cole hasn't put his name around. But Jay Alexander, he is beyond. He is brutal. And quite frankly, I think he's going to be one of the best Texas champions that we've ever seen here in Reality of Wrestling.
I can't disagree with you on none of that if he can make it past Cameron Cole. Look at the smile on his face. He's laughing. He has a plan.
We saw the interaction between them last week in the ring, and you know, Jay Alexander didn't back down from the challenge, and that's something that we really haven't seen from him before either. He has no fear. It doesn't matter who he's in the ring with. He has no fear, Abel.
That can be a good thing, and that can also be a bad thing. Fear can keep you out of trouble. Fear can keep you from getting your head knocked off and losing your championship. But it's a great thing.
Absolutely. Here we go. Referee Isaac Bouillon has made this match official. Our opening contest here for tonight's episode of Reality of Wrestling. The Texas title is on the line, Brad.
One of two championships to be defended tonight. We're also going to see the Reality of Wrestling Championship on the line as Mysterious Q, the new champion, defends against Ruthless Ryan Davidson. But we turn our action here. Abel Andrew Jackson, you know what it's like to win titles in this industry. You also know what it's like to have to defend them. What is going on in Jay Alexander's mind is he is still very young in his career and already a champion, and really his biggest challenge yet as a champion.
Right now, I think what's going on in his mind is that Cameron Cole is another speed bump on the train of Jay Alexander, and I think that's a mistake. I'm not saying that he's not going to get the job done. I don't know, but Cameron Cole is a viable threat.
Absolutely. Cameron Cole is a former tag team champion. He's a former television champion. He's a former reality wrestling champion. He knows what it's like to be in a big match situation, Kirby. It's easy to discredit him at times when you look at his antics, his actions inside the squared circle. Say another.
Absolutely, 100%. But that's another thing that I do want to bring to light here. He is one championship away from completing the Grand Slam, much like our commentator, Ryan Davidson. So what does that kind of pressure do? Do you think it adds any pressure at all whatsoever?
It could. It could definitely add pressure, but you don't want to think past what's going on right now. You want to live in the moment. And whether you like him or not, he is smarmy, he is smug, he is very unlikable. He has perhaps the most punchable face I've ever seen in the history of my life.
I agree.
But Cam Cole is a threat to any and every man on this roster.
I don't know. I like his face. I think he has a good face for politics. Maybe once he get out of this, I might, actually talk to him about maybe running for something.
And cover one. We know what they say about Washington, D.C. It's Hollywood for ugly people.
I agree. I'm the exception.
You are the sole exception.
Thank you.
Handsome commentator. As we look back here inside the ring, Jay Alexander, Cam Cole.
We'll be right back with the reality of wrestling after these commercial breaks.
We all know that an accident takes only seconds, but the injuries can last a lifetime. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, a truck wreck, or a motorcycle accident, give me a call. You'll be glad you did. And why would you call anyone else?
Throws him right down. Cam Cole is in a bad situation right now from the purveyor of punishment, who won a Texas Championship title tournament after Will All Day vacated that title after the Summer of Champions.
Absolutely, and after that vacation, the championship was vacated, I should say, and Jay Alexander took on a who's who in that tournament and ultimately defeating Aiden Cristiano to capture that championship.
Coast to coast with it. Coast to coast with it.
Oh no, this
Cover
could be it,
one,
y'all.
2.
Only a 2 count. The match will continue here. No new champion yet, as Jay Alexander's in a lot of trouble right now, and we're going to see the expertise of Cameron Cole come into play now.
Right now, Cam Cole again going back to the legs here, as we talked about earlier. That is where a lot of, you do a lot of your lifting with your legs. You do all your mobility with them when you're inside the squared circles. Is this a smart strategy, Abel?
It is an ingenious strategy because you think about it, once they're both on the mat, hey, they're equal. They're equal. The strength is almost equal. Everything is equal there. He's using his head. That's what I love about Cam Cole.
Oh, look at this. He got caught. The instant misses. Jay Alexander staying one step ahead every single time, it seems.
He has everything scouted, and look, a standing. Cameron Cole able to get out of the way of most of it there.
And now Cameron Cole misses.
Swing and a miss by Cam, and a big bicycle kick. Both men down. Can Jay Alexander capitalize? Cover here, 1, 2, and a big kick out there from Cam.
I think the knee damage is starting to catch up, because normally when we see a kick like that from Jay Alexander Connect, he's able to stay on his feet. But after that kick, he collapsed and almost, I don't want to say lazily went into the cover, almost lackadaisical. Oh!
You see he's hobbling a little bit, but able to, chalk block from Cam, and Cam really picking up the right knee. That's tough to watch. It's tough to watch. Cover here, 1, 2, and the purveyor of punishment is in a cornucopia of pain at the present moment. The damage done to that right leg. I mean, you have to try to figure out how do you move forward if you're Jay Alexander after having damage to your leg like that.
I mean, honestly, I would take the time and I would try to get a breather. I would try to get away from him. But he's strong, he's brash, he's young. He's not going to think that.
You're right, and he is not stopping whatsoever. He is still all motion. He's going to go for that moonsault again. Hits it. Cover, 1, 2, and a kick out by Cameron Cole. Not able to really fully connect with that moonsault?
His legs. He can't get that push, that spring that he needs because his wheels are grinding right now.
I think you're 100% correct, Abel. Andrew Jackson, as the purveyor of punishment, always looking to find a way to finish this. And Cam Cole, it looked like, a DDT. That might be all. Cover. 1, 2, and a kick out from the champion.
And look at this, Cameron Cole immediately going back on the attack. The barrage of punches as the referee pulls him away. He does not want to get disqualified here. He would not only lose the match, but then the Texas title is out the window as well.
Absolutely, and gentlemen, we have to think in 2 weeks we will have the 20-man last stand match. The winner will face the Reality Wrestling champion at the Texas Showdown in Dallas, Texas.
Woo!
But right now, we're talking about the Texas title. And Cam Cole looking for that code breaker. How did Jay Alexander catch him?
That's power right there.
Not able, though, to fully do it. The legs gave way. Cam Cole, 1, 2, and a kick out from Jay Alexander. That was what we were talking about, the legs there. The legs, he wasn't able to pick Cam Cole up for the powerbomb. He didn't have enough strength, Abel.
And that's it right there. That's it. That's it. He needs to catch his breath. He needs to, but he won't because he believes he can power his way through.
He's playing him
Wait
down.
a minute. Isaac Bouillon.
Come on, man.
A low blow there. And Cam.
Come on.
Cover. 1, 2, 3. New Texas champion.
What?
Second man in history to become a Grand Slam champion at the Reality of Wrestling.
When Ryan Davidson did it, he went through the last stand match. But is this really the way you want to do it with a low blow after something like that?
Cam Cole is the Texas champion and a Grand Slam champion after a low blow to Jay Alexander. I guarantee you, this is not the last that we've seen of these two inside a squared circle.
Reality of Wrestling, the premier wrestling organization in Texas. Nobody can stop us. But Edgestone always seems to be the bump in the road. He'll find out. He will find out the hard way. But no one can stop me. No one will stop what I've created. He's here, boss. Austin, have a seat. Austin, when I look at you, you remind me of me. Young, ambitious, willing to claw your way to the top. I see that in you, Austin. And I know I made you a referee, but I see it in your eyes, Austin. You want more. You want to be under those bright lights here at Reality of Wrestling. You want to shine. But I need you to know, Austin, everything is a test. Austin, how many friends do you have here? Many. You have no friends. In this business, you have to think about yourself. Number one. And who is that? Me, Austin. Austin, I have a test for you. And that test is very vital to the stability of reality of wrestling. Can you do it?
Yes, sir.
Remember, Austin, this represents the test. Get it done for me, Austin. You may go. Now it's time to create reality of wrestling.
My name is Dan Miller, and I'm trained to be a professional wrestler here at Reality of Wrestling. Professional wrestling has been part of my life for as long as I can remember. Growing up, I would have the toys, I would have matches with stuffed animals, I had a little paper championship. I always had that voice in the back of my head saying, can you do this? Can you really be a pro wrestler? And one day that voice got so loud, I just had to know. So I did my research, and I found that Reality of Wrestling is the best training ground in the whole country. You could sit down and turn on the TV every night of the week to watch pro wrestling, and you'll see someone who got their start in this ring. Reality of Wrestling teaches you everything you need to know about the business, from putting together the ring to putting together a TV show. This is a place where you can come and work on your fundamentals, work on your body, work on your interview skills. This is a one-stop shop for everything pro wrestling. If you have that voice in the back of your head, now is the time to find out if you have what it takes here at Reality of Wrestling.
Warren J, Zach Zilla, Fly Def, thank you so much for joining me here for a few minutes. Wanted to understand a little bit more about your preparation for next week's tag team title match. Now, I know y'all are preparing against Culture Inc., but just announced from Booker T's office, that match next week will now be fought in a ladder match. Now, y'all are no strangers to ladder matches here at The Row, but for Culture Inc., that's a specialty of theirs. They've competed around the country now in almost 24 ladder...
Hold up, Russo. Let me stop you right there. 24? Where you get this information? What, they put that on their Wikipedia page?
Yo. Russo, let me ask you something, man. Do you know who we are? I mean, for real, do you really know who we are? Because everywhere I turn, everywhere I look, it seems that people have forgotten the answer to that question. I mean, the sneak attacks from La Familia. Culture Inc. literally screwing us out of the championships. But I get it, though. Everybody's jockeying for position. Everybody wants that number one spot around here, but they can't have it, man. Because that number one spot, it belongs to us.
You see, Culture Inc., you preach all this mess about being about the culture and staying woke. But when I see y'all three, all I see is a bunch of sellouts. And Nick Holiday, don't think for a second we forgot about you. If you get involved in this match in any shape, form, or fashion, it's your ass. And that's on sight. Because we that best damn tag team, period.
And you know, I've been meditating lately, all about ascension. And that's what we plan to do. Ascend to the top. Climb those ladders rung for rung and take back what belongs to us. And then we're going to show the world that ain't nothing changed and all remains the same. Fly Def gonna do what we always do. And that simply is what we supposed to do.
And here comes the chosen one, described by Booker T. Promise Braxton, the rebel Buddhist, who will make her way in the Sherry Martel Classic in Dallas, Texas.
But tonight she's going to be facing a tough challenge in somebody who is going to be making the Reality of Wrestling debut in Janai Kai. And I'm very excited to see this when Janai Kai comes highly touted from the East Coast. But tonight she faces a former Reality Wrestling Diamonds champion who, as you said, Brad, dubbed the Chosen One by our president here, Booker T.
Absolutely. Promise Braxton, one of the most dangerous competitors at the road. And Kirby, carry on. What do we know about Janai Kai?
Well, Janai Kai, as I said, she comes from the East Coast. She has trained under so many people. Now, let me throw you two names out there, Brad. Sui Sakai, our very own Eric Lockhart. She has trained under both of these wonderful individuals, but wait 1 second. Hold on.
Well, there is the Diamond champion, Rachel Rose, and it sounds like Kirby will be being greeted by her at the commentary table.
Absolutely.
Champion, nice to see you, as always. All right, we're gonna get Rachel Rose situated here with a headset. Somebody bring the Diamond champion out a headset. As we get the match started, I apologize, Rachel, but here we go. Janai Kai, Promise Braxton.
The kick demon, as she is known. Look at this. Backing up Promise Braxton immediately with her kicks. Janai Kai knows, I shouldn't say a little bit. She's very well versed in Taekwondo, in Muay Thai, in kickboxing. So that kick demon name isn't just a moniker, it's reality.
Collar and elbow tie up here in the center of the ring. Janai Kai, control the waist of Promise Braxton.
Look at this. This is a dangerous lockup here for Promise Braxton. Getting out of it. Knocking down the leg here. Trying to go into a cover, but now it looks like maybe Janai Kai knows a little bit of, jiu-jitsu here, Brad.
Well versed in the martial arts. She is a black belt in Taekwondo, is Janai Kai. Partially why those kicks are as vicious as they are. Thought of going the mixed martial arts route. Decided to go into pro wrestling. She is quite the competitor, appearing on national television for major promotions around this country. Now finds herself in her Reality of Wrestling debut.
I'm very excited to see how she performs against somebody from the caliber of Promise Braxton, because could you imagine if she walks in here on her first day, she pulls out a victory against Promise Braxton? That's something like Kylie Ray coming in here and winning the Diamonds Championship on her first night.
The Diamonds Championship has a very distinguished lineage here in Reality of Wrestling. Of course, Promise Braxton holding that championship. Kylie Ray, Ivory Robin, Cinema, Hyan, Roxy, just to name a few. Oh, and of course, Rachel Rose. Yes, we're still working on getting you a headset. I do apologize. Oh! Big shoulder tackle right there.
As now Janai, look at this. Rolls over Promise Braxton. And now, there's those kicks that we were talking about.
Big kick from Janai Kai. And we see Promise Braxton getting really taken to task by Janai Kai. Somebody, again, like you said, Kirby Carry-On, trained under Eric Lockhart, who is a Reality of Wrestling original. What is your estimation so far of Janai Kai, Rachel?
I do like her. I think she has a very intimidating presence. I think just like as soon as she comes out, there is that kind of mental game for her opponents to kind of get over
Cover
the fact
one,
that she is a very intimidating opponent. She throws a lot of nice kicks. I have tape studied her.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay.
Look at this, some palm strikes and thrusts.
Very impressive strikes from her is what I'm seeing.
Definitely you see a martial arts background at play here, Kirby Carry-On, as a reversal here from Promise Braxton.
Oh! And she is the kick demon for a reason, as we said. She's trained in several martial arts, such as Taekwondo, Muay Thai, and even in kickboxing. So, you know, that nickname, the kick demon, I don't think it's just a nickname. I think it's a fact.
Oh, look at that. Just going to work now on the left knee of Janai Kai.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. You're watching The Reality of Wrestling.
For over 13 years, the King of Solar Screens has been an industry leader, and we proudly use 100% American-made products. Home of the $55 any size, any color solar screen.
Well, what about arches?
$55.
What about circles?
$55.
What about rectangles?
$55.
Any size, any color, installed free. The King of Solar Screens, on time, every time.
Now can you dig that, sucker?
He has been deemed the chosen one by Booker T.
Don't even remind me. Honestly, I almost threw up in my mouth when you said that just now.
Hey, don't shoot the messenger, champ. I'm just saying that is what the man said himself. And look at that. Janai Kai able to move out of the way and a big kick to the sternum, Kirby, of Promise Braxton.
And I think we're going to see the kick demon unleash some of those kicks right now. Promise Braxton blocks one, blocks another.
Promise
third
been doing
one.
some tape studying, apparently.
Dragon screw right there. Janai Kai able to kick out of it.
As far as that chosen one goes, I think the fact that
Oh my gosh, hold on, Rachel, cover 1, 2, and a big kick out. Wow. That was quite the kick from Janai Kai. You were saying?
Wow. As far as the chosen one goes, I would say that despite what Booker may say or think, I hold this championship around my waist, and I think that by default makes me the chosen one.
I think that you have great and sound logic to that argument, and a cover here from Promise Braxton. Cover 1, 2, and a kick out. Promise Braxton, of course, the Rebel Buddhist, a former Diamonds champion. Probably wants to challenge you for that championship again sometime in the future. But right now, Kirby, she's got to get through Janai Kai.
And it looks like so far she's doing a pretty good job, able to stabilize any kind of offense that Janai is trying to amass. But, you know, we know this about Promise Braxton. She does her studying. Oh, look at this. Oh, beautiful suplex there.
Well, coming up next in our main event, we're going to see Ryan Davidson take on the Mysterious Q for the Reality of Wrestling Championship, of course. But you're right, she didn't even let go. Janai Kai, Promise Braxton tangled up right now. Go!
And that's the kind of attitude we've come to expect from Promise Braxton as of late. She knows exactly who she is, and she's just pushing the agenda. Look at this!
Look at that Boston Crab, double leg Boston Crab, center of the ring. Janai Kai in an unenviable position. Can she find her way out of this?
She is very far from those ropes.
She's very far from the ropes. She has a lot of power in the legs, we know that. Trying to find her way out of it. Promise Braxton right back in it now, look at that. Sits down on her.
I hope Janai stretched today because that is in deep.
That is in very deep, and she is trying to find a way to get out of this. And this she does. We talked about the strength of those legs.
And this is her opportunity here, Brad. She got the opening she needs, she got the spacing, and now she's gonna start unleashing some of that offense that we talked about.
Look at that. Trips up, Promise Braxton. Impressive here. Oh! Another massive kick. I don't know, Rachel Rose. She could be somebody you have to face here for the Reality Wrestling Diamonds Championship. She's able to get through Promise.
You know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I wouldn't count Promise out even after that kick straight to the face.
That was a vicious kick to the face, living up to her nickname and moniker. And a kick to the middle of the spine cover. 1, 2, and a kick out of 2.5.
That was a question mark kick right there to the back. That I think Gino would be proud of a kick like that.
We've seen Gino use that in his offensive arsenal in previous encounters here at the Reality of Wrestling. A big swing, catches the right hand and a kick to the side of the jaw. I mean, the martial arts background is obviously at play here for Janai Kai. And Promise is almost looking like, I don't want any more of this. Oh my God. Good God.
I think she said those, earlier she said those were the chaos kicks, I believe.
The chaos kicks, well, I see why. A chaotic flurry from Washington, D.C.'s Janai Kai.
I think the chaos kicks might have made Promise a little mad there.
Oh, look at that. Back elbow, spinning back elbow. And I think you're right, Rachel Rose, tripping up Janai Kai. The Rebel Buddhist, double knees to the back of the head.
I don't even think I've seen that.
Cover, 1, 2. Nor have I, pulling out whatever stops are needed in order to defeat Janai Kai.
I mean, everyone's upping their game coming up to the Sherry Martel Classic, clearly trying to impress Booker, trying to qualify for that Classic. I clearly don't have to. I'm the champion. I'm automatically in that.
Oh, look at this though, Janai Kai. This could be all cover. 1, 2, and the Chosen One kicks out.
I am sitting right here. The Chosen One is sitting right here, Brad.
I stand corrected. I don't want any problems. All right.
First you don't bend the knee, now you're calling other people the Chosen One.
Kirby didn't bend the knee either.
Yeah, but he also didn't call Promise the Chosen One.
Booker T called her the Chosen One. I'm just saying.
Maybe I'll talk to Booker about that later, okay?
Yeah, run up in his face, not mine, please. And Janai Kai, looks for it, and Promise Braxton able to get his shoulder up. She's able to get her shoulder to block that kick, and I think she's looking for a broken Promise, Kirby. Has her up.
This might be all.
And broken Promise to Janai Kai. Can she capitalize? Cover. 1, 2, 3. The Rebel Buddhist victorious on her march to the Sherry Martel Classic.
Nice to see you, Janai.
Janai Kai put up the fight like only she could, but it wasn't enough to beat the Rebel Buddhist, who takes one victory closer to stepping inside the arena in Dallas, Texas for the Sherry Martel Classic. And you both could conceivably have to face one another in the tournament. How do you feel?
I feel like even with her new tricks, her new repertoire, her new moves, I've faced Promise before, I've beaten Promise before, I've basically beaten this entire roster before, so I am unconcerned going into this Classic.
Promise Braxton victorious here on Reality of Wrestling. And up next, our main event for the Reality Wrestling Championship, Ryan Davidson versus Mysterious Q, the Diamonds champion Rachel Rose. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Bend the knee, Kirby, damn it.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm gone for one day and you guys can't stay out of trouble. You're starting fights backstage in front of everybody? No, I saw it. You let yourself get sucker punched by
Hey, no.
What's wrong
you
with
weren't
you?
there. I didn't get sucker
I
punched.
saw
okay?
it.
No, you were not there. Diego, tell him that I didn't get sucker. No, you know what? As a matter of fact, it was his fault. It was his fault.
My fault.
Warren was right in front of him. How did you miss that?
decided
You let him just
go sit in front
fly
of the
by
guys.
you?
Guys,
You
guys,
let-
no,
Just shut up! It doesn't matter. I don't care whose fault it was. All right? What you guys doing, it makes us look weak. You're compromising my plans. Next week I have a big meeting with Booker, and that means big things for all of us. All I ask you guys is to stay out of trouble. Keep your noses clean. Is that so hard to ask? Huh? Is that so hard to do? Look, you're messing up, all right? What you did makes us look weak. Just do me a favor, get your shit together.
You really whipped out, man.
Guys, 2 weeks from now, the Renegades take over at the Last Stand Rumble, baby.
Can't wait, man.
Me neither. We got 5 of us in this. We have the highest opportunity to win this. Speaking of 5 of us, Nathan, welcome back. How was Canada?
Thank you. It was cold, man. It was cold.
Sure, man. How's the recruitment?
The recruitment didn't go good.
Why?
It was not what you want. They're way too polite there.
I don't really know about this, guys.
Brawley, put the shirt on. Trust me, okay?
All right.
Now, back to the Rumble. In 2 weeks' time, the Row Nation gets to see
This just doesn't feel very renegade redneck-ish. I'm not sure about this.
Brawley, just put it on. I told you to trust me. The Row Nation gets to see the new look Renegades for the first time. And all of us get
guys, this shirt is really, it's something.
Brawley, just come out. It is fine. Johnny made a great choice. I am telling you, just come out. Just come out. Now,
All right.
How do I look, guys?
Sharper than a butcher knife.
Now that's the sleeves of a champion.
Look at you. Still in the spotlight, baby. Now that's a champion look right there.
He's really shining now.
Yes, he is.
So now that we all look like champions, you guys, we got this Rumble next week. I gotta ask you. You guys ready to rumble?
Welcome back here to the Reality of Wrestling. Brad Gilmore joined by Kirby Carrion and Abel Andrew Jackson. We have a brand new Texas champion. Abel Andrew Jackson, Cameron Cole gets the job done.
I knew this guy was going to come out here and do something amazing because he does the match here first before he ever touches the ring.
Absolutely incredible. He is now the second man to ever become a Grand Slam champion. But Kirby Carrion, speaking of Grand Slam champions, in our main event, Ryan Davidson, the first man to hold that honor, takes on the Mysterious Q. You're the historian. Talk to me about the history between these two.
The Reality of Wrestling goes as far back as maybe a decade, and every single year we at least get one iteration of this matchup between Ryan Davidson and Mysterious Q. They fought over the television championship, they fought over the Texas championship, and now they get to do it once again for the Reality of Wrestling championship, except this time Q is the Reality of Wrestling champion. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. It's always fireworks when it's those two inside the ring, and tonight is going to be no different.
That is our main event. It is moments away. Ryan Davidson versus Mysterious Q for the championship.
From Bel Air, Texas, he is Ryan Davidson!
We are opening the chapter book once again on this historic rivalry, and honestly, these men have fought over every championship here in the Reality of Wrestling. And right now they're going to do battle once again over the Reality of Wrestling Championship, the biggest prize here in this company. Introducing your champion from the 7th Ward in New Orleans. He is the Reality of Wrestling heavyweight champion, the Mysterious Q.
And there he comes. Many have called him the franchise main eventer, multiple-time champion, and the new Reality of Wrestling champion. Say what you want about the way in which he won the title. The only thing that matters, Clay Roberts, to Q is that he is the champion.
Let me tell you, Brad, since I came back from my injury, there's one thing I've learned. It does not matter how you win, as long as you win. We have not seen anyone do to former champion Will Allday what Mysterious Q did to him. Left him lying and left with the most important prize in reality of wrestling. Now see, look at these two staring off. They know each other very, very well. Look, you cannot tell the story of reality of wrestling without telling the story of these two men. And you can't tell the story of these two men without telling the story of how often they cross paths.
Absolutely.
The most storied rivalry in the history of reality of wrestling.
I absolutely agree with you, Clay Roberts. I mean, we can go back, Kirby Carry On, to their best of 5 series. It went to a 6th match to break a tie. They have gone back and forth for singles championships before. They are familiar foes, and tonight they battle for the Reality of Wrestling Championship. It is Ryan Davidson. It is Mysterious Q.
There we see it, the biggest prize in reality of wrestling. This is what these two men do it for.
And here we go, the opening bell there.
This is going to be a huge matchup, y'all. We've got Ryan Davidson and Mysterious Q in the ring once again, locking horns, and I've got goosebumps already, and it's barely the first lockup.
All right, both men jockeying for position here, Clay Roberts.
Absolutely, locking up like two bulls, and look at this. Just testing each other out. They know what each other brings to the table, but they still got to know, because these men have evolved so much over the years that even when you fought someone 4, 5, 6 times, they evolve over time and they bring new facets to their game. So they got to know where each other's at. It's a feeling out process here early.
Ryan Davidson, Mysterious Q.
A little shove there, a little bit of head games there. Ryan even saying really. Challenging.
We know when you talk about these two and how they match up so well with each other, there's a reason why it's a storied rivalry. You know, styles makes fights. As we know from boxing and MMA, it's no different in pro wrestling. And these two guys' styles really just make for can't miss sport and entertainment right now. And here's the thing, Clay Roberts, I wanted to say. Both these men are normally used to being the larger of the two individuals when they go into a match. This time, they pretty much cancel each other out from a size perspective.
Absolutely, you were spot on with that. But what's interesting is the way they use their size. Q, very athletic, almost a high flyer, a freak of nature in that sense. And Ryan Davidson is called the Bear. He is a mauler, a mugger. And what you see in the ring is just two very different ways to use that size advantage. And we're seeing it right here. Bulls colliding. What's going to happen? Who's going to move in this matchup?
Kirby Carry On, you're the historian. Do you know what both these men's individual accomplishments are? Of course, the championship is on the line, but is there something more between these two that is up for grabs tonight?
It's pride. It's absolutely got to be pride. You know that the record book shows that these two are very, very even. Woo! I literally just saw all 4 rows here wince back and paid from that chop.
Who wants another?
Exchanges between these two men.
If Mysterious Q wasn't woke up yet, he is woke up now.
Oh, Ryan Davidson was about to get one and just sends a receipt right there.
And you know, I said Q was the more agile of the two, but Ryan Davidson ducking, dodging, moving and grooving in this matchup so far.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge, as they said in a movie one time. And Ryan Davidson, yes! Look at that, proving you're wrong again with some agility cover,
My
too.
goodness, and I thought I knew the business.
A one right there. Bit of a slow count. Nevertheless, Ryan Davidson coming out with all the stops.
And I could see it from this angle right here. I think Ryan's nose might have jammed up into his head. Might want to check for blood there.
Could have a broken nose. The nose, obviously, a target. How it sticks out now, draped over that top rope. Oh, and a kick to the back of the dome.
Mysterious Q not being pinpoint, but still attacking the head. He attacked the front, the back, the throat, everything from the shoulders up. What are we going to see here? Again.
I got him that time, right?
Now, Clay, I do have to ask you, you recently went through a trilogy yourself with the Buzzard Tommy Bolton. How does your game plan change as you come in here to another matchup when you already have that kind of experience against a similar opponent?
As I said, with with Tommy Bolton even, he was able to find a way to adapt, to improve, to evolve, much to my chagrin. And you see it even more so at this level. These two men are fighting for the biggest prize in the sport. And they just find new facets of their game to keep pulling out. Let's see what's going to happen.
Oh, there we go.
Q going airborne with those spinning back kicks. It's been a trilogy of spinning back kicks even.
Two. The 2 count there from our official.
Those wheel kicks have been very, very effective for Mysterious Q, whether it's from the front, from the back. Those wheel kicks are doing a serious ton of damage here to Ryan Davidson.
Absolutely, but you know it's going to take more than that to keep Ryan down, and Q knows that, but when you go for a pin, it just keeps him on. Look at this, the fight begins.
Oh my God, the strength from the champion.
That shining elbow there from Mysterious Q.
Mysterious Q never passes up an opportunity to talk a little trash to the audience. Cover 2.
Demanding respect. You saw that chop there from Ryan Davidson, woke Q up even more. Q just constantly talking trash, letting people know how he feels about him, letting Ryan Davidson know how he feels about him.
Well, I think it's pretty clear how Q feels about everybody but himself.
Absolutely.
That's pretty much doesn't like him.
Yeah, Q's a nasty individual.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. You're watching The Reality of Wrestling.
Byline Surveying, over 100 years of combined land surveying experience in the state of Texas. The one call to make for your land development, construction layout, platting, and commercial land surveying needs. We use the latest in GPS surveying technology and office software. Our corporate office is located in East Texas, but our field crews serve all of North, East, and Central Texas. Not sure where to start? We're always here to help. Visit bylinesurveying.com or call 903-473-5150.
And look at this, the defiance from Ryan Davidson. That's veteran instinct right there, being able to turn that momentum into a chop. And now, Mysterious Q firing back.
Look at this, caught him off the springboard.
Oh, man. And the weight of Ryan Davidson going right on the chest cavity of the Mysterious Q.
Absolutely, someone once called it the Green Bay plunge. I don't think Ryan Davidson's from Green Bay, but he's looking to take advantage here. The crowd getting behind the bear. What's gonna happen?
We're about to find out. And a back elbow from the champion to the challenger. Q. Great reversal. He just catches a forearm from Ryan Davidson. There's a back elbow. And it's all bear right now. Atomic drop. And a scoop and a slam.
The bear's on a roll. What are we gonna see? That fist from Ryan Davidson. And he is feeling it in this moment.
You're absolutely right, Clay Roberts, with a beautiful call, if I do say so myself. That bear fist drop, that bear trap fist drop from Ryan Davidson, that could be the opening he needed.
Look at that, the champion starting to fire back. Elbows to the back of the head and possibly trying to knock out Ryan Davidson, but no!
And you see Q showing the effects of this match, grabbing on the lower back.
Absolutely, and Q was very smart there. He tried to slow the momentum of Ryan Davidson, tried to stop the action, keep the bear from rolling, and it did not work as Ryan Davidson has gotten too hot in this moment to be slowed down.
And this would be an incredible moment for Ryan Davidson.
Kick right to the jaw there from Mysterious Q.
Wait, pop up! One, two, we have a new champion!
Wait a minute, I think that could have been 3. I think that could have been 3. Ryan thinks it could have been 3. The people here think it could have been 3.
Don't get yourself disqualified. It did seem a bit of a slower count, if I do say so myself. Kirby, I mean, did you see the same thing?
I don't know. This referee seems, I don't know. That definitely seemed like a slow count to me.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh! Huge half Nelson suplex from the bear lariat. Ryan Davidson trying to seal the deal. Mysterious Q had a counter for his old rival.
And there it was, now Q sizing him up, now taking advantage of that suplex. You thought he might go for a cover right there, but he's kind of biding his time, waiting for Ryan Davidson to get back to a vertical base. Looking for a Q cutter, Q cutter! Ryan Davidson counter!
The lower back, we saw Mysterious Q selling the lower back earlier. Now Ryan looking to seal the deal!
These two know each other so well, and they're now starting to wear.
Oh, wait, Q!
Words of war.
Lands on the apron.
Caught himself.
Oh! Oh!
The bear lariat, no!
Wait a minute, Q! 1, 2, 3, wait a minute, wait a minute!
What?
Whoa! Wait a minute! Gentlemen, look. Here is your winner, and still the Reality of Wrestling champion, Mysterious Q! The referee, you know, okay, we thought that we might have been seeing a slow count, but that was obviously the fastest count ever. We did see Booker T have a conversation with combatants in the main event, including the referee. The Booker I know wouldn't do anything like that. He wouldn't have an influence on the match, but
I think we may have to do some more digging into this, because this honestly starting to stink to me.
Well, the Texas City screw job, if I can coin a phrase, Brian Davidson had the match won after that pop-up powerbomb, it looked like.
For this match to end in that kind of a screw job, I'm speechless. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted, and the people here are disgusted, Brad.
Ryan Davidson cheated out of a championship.
The Reality of Wrestling fans letting them know exactly how they feel about it.
Well, gentlemen, we'll have to figure out what's going to happen. That was your main event of the evening for Clay Roberts and Kirby Carry-On. My name is the Boat Brad Gilmore. This is the Reality of Wrestling. We will see you all next week.